Hello, you're at Too Tough to Die. I'm Tony. I have my Bad Wolf hat on. I'm a punk, and I thank you for some of the feedback you've been given. I'm glad to be here and hopefully enlighten some of you. I know I can go on and on some topics. Some don't get as much time and effort as they could possibly get, but I am limited in the amount of time I have here. My wife once said, are you going to be able to talk for an hour? Not a problem. She's heard a few of the rants. She's very smart herself. She's on my side saying we're stupid for taking it. It's our fault. Again, she's like me, though. She said, not her. She's not stupid about it, but as a group, we're stupid for taking it. Could have brought her on, but she doesn't need to be firsthand on the rant. She can hear him secondhand. I was going to bring her and her cousin on. We could call it the Hottie Hour, but I don't have an hour. And today, I'm going to go a little bit off topic. Earlier podcast, I talked about sending our premier to one of the Muslim countries. And that brought up a little bit of fun because our world is full of craziness. And I often wondered, I think I mentioned it in my very first podcast, I wondered who gets to name things. You get a pet or companion animal and you get to give it a name. Can't speak for itself, so you can choose what name you want. It's a smart animal. It will respond. You get to name your kids. Very rarely, sometimes it happens, you gave them a name they don't like, they can change it, that's fine. We give people nicknames, but who names things that are permanent? And the reason I'm asking is we have some real crazy fucking things here. For instance, I briefly mentioned, okay, well, let's put it this way. This is not off topic, but would you rather have romance in Arkansas? That's the name of a place in Arkansas. Or would you rather be in Horny Town, North Carolina? Perhaps you'd like to be in sexy Peru. Or you can skip all that and go right to fucking Austria. Austria, in Europe, there's a city there called fucking. So that's actually I don't know even what to say there. That's pretty cool. I've seen pictures of people posing by the signs, by the fucking sign. It's a sign. It says fucking. And you know what? On an aside, how come with all our French English bullshit that we have to do everywhere in Ontario and the rest of Canada except for Quebec, because it's just French there, if all our signs have to be in French as well as English, why does it just still say stop? Why doesn't it say stop a rat? I don't know. Anyway, so these people pose by these signs, and I don't know what order these are in. It actually seems like it's in some type of a logical order, but you've got Flasher, North Dakota, and Bra in Italy, Busty in New York, so they seem to have a common thread. Ireland's got a place called Still, Oregon. Germany has Titty C or Tit IC. France has both nice and breast, which is kind of funny because that's when sometimes the French Soccer League plays. It's nice against breast. New South Wales has a place called How Long. Indiana's got Naked City. Now, without going into the state or jurisdiction for most of these, I might have to go there for a couple. You can go to Dick. You can also go to Stiff. You're anywhere in Missouri, you might want to go to Licking, Missouri. Bald Knob, Arkansas. Perhaps you'd prefer One Nut in California. Perhaps you just like to travel up and down the Shaft Highway of Pennsylvania. Some people must just go up and down the shaft all day long. Then they might head over to Knoblick, Kentucky. Maybe Bobbin Head, Australia. Probably can't stay in Bobbin Head too long. Not many people go to left-hand West Virginia, I imagine, or Sac City, Iowa. But we do have Climax, North Dakota, Cumming, Georgia, Cum, Nicaragua. I guess after you come from Cum, Nicaragua, you go to Spurt, Belgium, Short Pump, Virginia, Swallow, Utah, Seaman, Bulgaria. Spain has a place called Penis Cola. England's got Cockermouth. But there are some other ones called Lovely, Kentucky, Neck City. Erect is in North Carolina. So's Pinch in West Virginia. Now, Virginia's also got a place called Assawoman. Assawoman. I don't know how that was named. Who the hell names these things? I think the reason we got on this was the place in Michigan on one of their highways. Exit 69 is Big Beaver Road. There's Mound in Pennsylvania, Spread Eagle, Newfoundland, Moist. There are places called Moist, Muff, Crotch Lake, Big Lick, Twin Peaks, Manitoba, Labia in Belgium. Geez, they're the same people that had Spurt. You can probe inside Utah. Pussies in France. England doesn't fuck around. They got a place called Fingering Hole. Russia and Philippines, they don't screw around either. Russia's got a place called Vagina. Philippines has a place called Anus. Now, maybe these things mean different things in their language. I don't know. It's damn funny. Beaver Creek, Licking, Tingley, Titleys, Tongue, Scotland, Lips, Virginia, French Lick in Indiana. Minnesota also has a climax. So you can climax in North Carolina, you can climax in Minnesota. You can have Pie Town in New Mexico. Always Ready, Bolivia. Need More, Texas. Gash, Iran. Enter in the Netherlands. Spain's got a place called Cunt. Pussy Creek in Ireland. Shoulder Blades in Kentucky. I don't know, am I losing anybody here or am I just gaining people here? Smacky Bottoms in Kentucky. Jeez, those people in fucking Kentucky. Jesus Christ, what's going on there? Balls, California. I guess that's nowhere near One Nut. Must be on the other side. We've already mentioned Erect, North Carolina. England's got a Wet Wang and a Titty Ho. Alabama's got Grab All. Ukraine has Ass. So if you travel from the Philippines to the Ukraine, you've just gone from anus to ass. You can head over to Pussy, France, or Vagina, Russia. Dick, Michigan. I'm not making this stuff up. You've got those devices. Go search it. If you don't want your wife to see, make sure you clear your browser history. Email in. Tell everybody here how you love that, but say, I'd like to ask Joe, how do I get rid of my browser history? Could he possibly tell me that? Because my wife's going to look at all this shit. I'm still looking down here to see if we got one called Boner or something. I mean, you got to have a boner somewhere. Screamer in Tennessee. Then we got Red Dick in Illinois. It's getting close. Peru's got Old Lake Titicaca. India. I don't know what they're doing. Well, let's do Montana first. Montana's got a bald butt. India's got cum bum. Maybe that's not how you pronounce it. I don't know. There's urine. Why not? Oregon. Jugtown. Glide. Long Dong. Yes, that's China. Who wants to go to Algeria and see tits? You went to fucking Austria. Now you can go to Tits, Algeria. That sure as hell beats the Grand Tetons over here. Pink Staff. That's in Illinois. Glad I said it that way and not I'm looking at a pink staff. Open Face, Mississippi. Here we go. Big Bone Lick. Keisters in Minnesota. Louisiana's got a place called Aimwell, so I don't think we need to make any jokes there. If you don't aim well, there's always Washaway, Cornwall. And you know what? Feely, Montana. You know, I can do one more of these. I can go to a different area here and just run down a whole list of them. Oh, yes. Canada's not to be undone. No pun intended. Newfoundland, the good city of Newfoundland, or the province of Newfoundland, they have a city there called Dildo. How many of you are from Dildo, Newfoundland? How many of you are a dildo? How many of you have one? We've done Knob Lick, French Lick. There's Blowhard, Australia. I don't want to go to Fart, Virginia. That's just not good. Or Poo-Poo, Hawaii. Very bad. You won't find me in Gayville, South Dakota. Middle Fart, Denmark. And for all the bad shit going on in Kentucky with all these weird names, they got one called Disappointment. Who the hell lives in Disappointment with Big Bald Knob and all those other places they got in Kentucky? Hygiene in Colorado. Finally, glad to hear of it. Because Oklahoma's got Hooker and Louisiana's got Hooker Hole. Thank you. I'd rather be in Normal, Illinois. Thank you very much. Sweet Lips, Tennessee. West Virginia is trying to compete with the anus in the ass of the world. They've got Fanny, West Virginia. Pennsylvania's got a big beaver. North Carolina's erect. New Jersey's Dicktown. Virginia is New Erection, Virginia. How do you tell your mother you just moved to New Erection, Virginia? Well, I guess you'd be happy to tell her that if your sister was going to tell her she moved to Dick Shooter, Idaho. Why don't you just move to Intercourse, Pennsylvania, for fuck's sakes? Yum Yum, Tennessee, Little Heaven, Delaware. Oh, here we go. China's got a Lick Wang to match Ohio's Cox Gag. New South Wales and Australia down under, they've got a place called Top Ride. You can lay in Colorado. In Shenxi, China, they've got a place called Fuck You. I like that. F-U-K-U. See, they don't screw around. It's the vagina and sugar tits and all this other stuff. They just say this place is called Fuck You. And that's what we should be doing. You want to come to our province? You're not getting a free handout. We're not taking down our crosses. We're saying, fuck you. We should be twin sister city with Fuck You in Shenxi, China. Beaverhead. Oh, Honshu, Japan also has a Fuck You. That's F-U-K-U-E. So let's not mix up our fuck yous. If you're going to tell me fuck you, you let me know if it's China or if it's Japan with an E on the end of that fuck you. Now, France has got a place called Staines. So I don't like that one. Here we go. Got one. Scotland. Boner Bridge. That must be a drawbridge. Must go up to let the boats pass. Alabama's got a wiener. South Dakota's got bare butt. Here's a good one. Scotland's got Athole. I'm not lisping. It's called Athole. A-T-H-O-L. You fucking Athole. No, that's in Austria. Beaver Island in Michigan. North Carolina's got Smack-Ass Gap. So if any of you feminists are going to travel to North Carolina, don't go to Smack-Ass Gap and then expect to be able to complain that someone smacked your ass. I am not going to Devil's Dyke, United Kingdom. No, thank you. Wet Wang in North Yorkshire, that's a different story. But Devil's Dyke must be near Dyke Head in Scotland. Indiana's got Gnaw Bone, G-N-A-W Bone. Mississippi's getting it on with Moorhead. Saskatchewan's got Fairy Glen. See, there is something. Gaylordsville in Connecticut. Germany's all fucked up. They've got Kiss Leg. I don't know what the hell that means. Freiburg, we've already done Titty C. There we go. France has also got bitch. So now if you want to talk about French pussy or French bitch, you just tell them you're talking about a town over in France, the country that we bailed out of all the frickin' wars. Tennessee has Nutbush, Love Lady, and Big Lick. Hey, France, what are you going to do with all your vaginas and bitches over there? I know, we're going to send them to Condom France. There you go. And I guess just outside of Dildo, Newfoundland is Spread Eagle, Newfoundland. Kentucky's got Gobbler's Knob. Licky End is in the West Midlands. Oh, crazy people in the West Midlands of the UK. Titty Bong is in Australia. Thailand and Cambodia, right on the border, they've got Dong Rak. Must be a brothel. Uh-oh. We all know about... Now, remember from an earlier podcast about the moons in our solar system, and we do have moons on Uranus. Now, I'm not making a joke about Uranus here, but in Connecticut, in the U.S., there's a town called My Anus. And none of you are coming to My Anus. There is Slut in Sweden. A lot of Swedish sluts probably, but there is a town called Slut in Sweden. And if you're feeling like you want to go to Alaska, you can always go to Boob Creek. Again, who names these places? They're real. They exist. Dick Knob in Australia. No kidding. Pussy Creek. England's got Sandy Balls. Okay. Massachusetts has Cummington. Victoria, Australia has Bum Bang. So, I mean, we've got Bum Bang. We've got Cum Bum in India. South Carolina's got Sugar Tit. I told you there was one there. I remember reading that. Ontario, Canada. We've got Crotch Lake. Philippines has a place called Sexmoan. Sexmoan. Australia's got Mount Me. Is that like Top Ride? And then we got your Bangkok in Thailand. Everybody knows about that one. Scotland's got a twat and Ireland's got a muff. West Virginia's got a cucumber. Both the Philippines and Indonesia have an anus, actually. Romania has a clit. Brazil has cum, just like Nicaragua. There's a place in Turkey called Kunt. Maybe I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I don't know. Kunt. I don't know. Looks like cunt. Colorado and Michigan and Pennsylvania all got a dick. There are dicks everywhere. See, it just goes to fucking show you. Here we go. Albania. Fist. What goes on in Albania? Place you'll never find me. Little Dick's Village in the West Indies. Uganda has a poke and Utah's got a probe. Now, we do have cum in Nicaragua and Brazil. You'd be happy to know, and rest assured you're being taken care of properly. Bulgaria, Moldova, and Indonesia all have a place called semen. So, you know what? There's a couple of more here. Holy jeez. Hong Kong's got a place called Tongue Fuck. That's interesting. Beats Banana, Illinois, and Dirty Mississippi all to hell. Alabama's got a jumbo and a screamer. Arkansas will push and take you to the promised land. And Arkansas's got a three-way. Kentucky does have Big Bone Lick State Park. They also have, oh, this is good, Petroleum Kentucky. It says Petroleum KY. You can't make this up. Kentucky also has Wax, but I'm sure that's not real good. You'd be better off to go to Dry Prong, Louisiana. Mississippi does have Open Face. I know, you're saying enough. No, Missouri has a place called Enough. They've also got a place called Gobbler and a place called Licking. Oh, poor Missouri's also got a place called Solo. So I guess you guys know where to go there. Unless you're feeling a little bit randy and you want to go to New York, they got a place called Butternuts. Bowlegs, Oklahoma, so you can only imagine what goes on there. Now, when you come out of Petroleum KY, do you go to Glide, Oregon? Or Jugtown, Pennsylvania? Texas has the best bangs. Well, actually, they have a town called Best and a town called Bangs. And I guess when you're done, that's when you go over to Dripping Springs, Texas. They also have Energy, Texas. No wonder. And Happy, Texas. And Marathon, Texas. Bump Ass, Virginia. Four-Way, Virginia. Ononcock, Virginia. Three-Way, Virginia. Is that like next to Four-Way, Virginia? What the hell goes on there? Wisconsin's got the Hustler. And Wyoming has Big Hole, Wyoming. Pierre's Hole and Scott's Bottom, so I'm not going to Wyoming. They got Harry Hill out in Alberta. And that's Harry with an I in it. I'm going to have to end this. Tongue, twat, wide open. Anyway, that was a fun one. You people have something more fun, let me know. Hopefully you're enjoying my podcasts. Feel free to browse around to some of the other audio and video podcasts here because there are a lot of them, and we have quite a diverse group of interests covered here, and I'm finding some of them pretty good. It's pretty cheap entertainment too, considering what you give, fucking Kojiko or the Rogers internet stick. But today was a little bit of a fun time. It's not always about ranting and hating, but the ranting and hating comes because people like you out there or your friends don't do something to make it better. Oh, I know what I was going to say too. On the way back to my office after the last podcast, I encountered 3 asses that pulled out of a place. I'm doing 50 or 60 down the road in a brightly visible car. They pull out in front of me doing 20. And then last Friday evening, 2 dump truck issues. It was about 5:30. There was a dump truck near Applebee's, parked at the red light or stopped at the red light. And when the light turned green, he floored it. He was like fucking drag racing the pickup truck behind him. Sorry to the owners of that dump truck that you've got an asshole wrecking your $230,000 machine like that. But nothing worse than the same night, dump truck coming down on a side short road. It was narrow, solid line, doing 60. This son of deep ditches on both sides. This son of a bitch in a dump truck whipped around doing 80 to 85. Don't say I don't know numbers, my friends, because I know numbers. He was doing 80 to 85 in a passing lane near a school, over a train track. Can't make this shit up. Next to a steep ditch on a narrow road. And you know where he got? He got to the fucking light at the expressway right in front of us. So don't be an ass. Get people to stop being asses. Go take a trip to ass if you want. You know where it is now. And I think we're done for today. I hope you all had fun. Check out all our podcasts, and talk to you later. Tony out.